This clip is brought to you by 8 Sleep Mattresses, the temperature-controlled Tesla of beds that automates your sleep. Sleep better and enjoy this clip. Okay.
Shit. So I know this could go down another like really, really long section of the podcast, but when it comes to your kids, like I told you before we started, my daughter's 14 and we're doing a really good job with her. My son is 1.5, so I have a completely fresh start with him. And I'm also a different person now than I was going on 10 years ago when I met my daughter. So I'm a lot smarter now. So I feel like I have a little bit more ammo and a little bit more tools to raise a strong young man. But I'm also more successful now, and I don't want to fuck him up, because we have a lot more things now,
yes,
a lot more stuff. How can I make sure that I raise a strong, respectful young man?
That's a really good question. So, and I happen to know the answer for this one because I've been able to raise a young man who just went through, I was telling these guys earlier without getting into details, he just went through a little journey of being a jerk because he's 16, but he learned a great lesson in school when you shouldn't, just because you know how to fight, you shouldn't start a fight unless it's justified, and it wasn't. That fight would have been justified off campus when there was no cameras. That's a different story. But one, start by reading a great book called Raising a Modern Day Knight. Ooh. Wonderful book. And my wife's uncle gave me that book when my wife was pregnant with Andrew. And then I'm going to find another book for you here to read. Wild at Heart by John Eldredge is the other book you want to read. And John Eldredge talks about that every man, since he's a little boy until we become an old man, we always need an adventure to have, a battle to fight, and a beauty to rescue. And nothing could be more true. And every young boy is looking for his dad to say one thing: you have what it takes. When a boy has not heard that from his dad, you have what it takes, he will walk around in life looking for validation and approval from the opposite sex or from these false alpha males who beat their chest on social media, and he will go walking around. This brings it full circle. He will try and take his umbilical cord and try and stick it to every other fake alpha's, fake daddy's umbilical cord so that he can get their validation and approval. But in all, I tell these guys, look, getting ready for the project, you have an adventure to have. Like you're getting ready for an adventure because they're like, man, I felt like I was never more alive than when I was prepping for the project. And then of course you're an entrepreneur, so you're always finding a battle. But then you started disregarding your wife and just taking her for granted. There's no beauty to rescue. And before you know it, because you're ugly but you make money, chick starts looking at you and you're like, sup girl, forgetting that you have a woman at home that you fucking would have fallen over before to date you. Let's not forget something, that you didn't pick your parents, you didn't pick your siblings, you don't even pick the kids that you have. Like, I didn't specifically pick Andrew and Chloe, they were born to us. Only one person in life that you pick, that is your wife. And then you fucking disregard her. And so if you can always have an adventure to have, a battle to fight, and a beauty to rescue, and for me, every Wednesday night, I'm rescuing that beauty. That's my wife, man. During the whole week, we're texting back and forth. I'm like, you're just going to love where I'm taking you to dinner on Wednesday night, because Wednesday night is date night for us. You're going to love it, and it's going to be amazing. Tell me where we're going. Tell me what is it, steak? Is it seafood? Fuck you, woman. I'm not going to tell you, right? Send her flowers and all this shit. And by the way, how easy is it to tell your assistant, hey, send my girl flowers, right? And if you're like, I ain't got an assistant. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Get rich and get an assistant. Or if you ain't got an assistant, that means you don't make enough money. If you don't make enough money, that means you have a lot of time. For a moment, pull your fucking pants up from all that Pornhub bullshit and go on 1-800-Flowers.com and order your lady some flowers. Because if you ain't got money, you got time, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got money, then you ain't got time. And in my case, I got 2 assistants. I got fucking Shelby and Joan who have to fucking do the assistant shit, right? I can text them what I want them to write on the fucking roses that show up. Mm-hmm. So anyways, Raising a Modern Day Knight, Wild at Heart. And then the other component there is find the men who are like raising sons the way you would want to raise yours, and be like, bro, tell me what you're doing. Let me just be within their proximity. Proximity is very powerful because you will learn, as Ed Milet says, the better things are caught than taught. And if I hang around with a good dad long enough, I don't know what to ask you about how you parent, but I could just watch and observe and see how you parent, and then therefore replicate that. And those are the only 3 things you need. And the 4th thing would be follow your radiance, bro. As you become more intelligent, as you become more self-aware. Like I had a talk with Andrew a couple of years ago because he mentioned that under his breath. He's like, boy, I see how you're more patient with Chloe than you are with me. I'm like, son, you're right. You and Chloe are 2 years apart. You're older than her. And I was not as evolved with you. You're right. I am more patient with Chloe, and I'm so sorry for that. And I do wonder if that's left any kind of fucking animosity towards me. And if it has, son, lay it on me. And we had a tough talk, and he fucking laid it on me. It's like, yeah, what about the time when you're all angry and you smashed my fucking iPad? It's like, yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry for that. I shouldn't have. Because with Chloe, I just would have taken away her iPad. You know, and so, but I'm also willing to say I'm sorry. I'm also willing to say, yeah, you're right. So part of it is follow your radiance, put your ego aside, listen to good men, and read those 2 books. You'll do just fine. And he's still going to end up either beating someone up or taking a toot from a vape pen or whatever, because that's also what fucking boys do.
Got it.
Bad Project family, we appreciate you checking out this clip. Check out another one. Just go check out another one. Or comment down below and let us know what you liked about this one. But we love you guys, and we're going to keep bringing you the heat. So comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, okay? Peace.